I'm Sarah Forgany with your KENS 5 News Now. For the second time in 2 days, a shooting at a San Antonio cell phone store. This time, 2 people were hit. Just before 4 Wednesday afternoon, 2 men were shot outside this Boost mobile store on Marbach and 410. One man was hit in the leg, the other in the stomach, now has serious injuries. Police caught the 2 shooters just down the road from the crime scene. Police say they're a young man and a woman and believe they know the victims. What started as a carjacking in San Antonio ended up with a driver in the hospital after that driver was hit by suspects running from officers. Police say 2 suspects carjacked someone at gunpoint and took off in their truck. A short time later, officers spotted the 2, which led to a chase. That chase eventually came to an end when the suspects crashed into a driver at Jackson, Keller, and Blanco around 6 in the morning. No word on the extent of that driver's injuries, but police say they did arrest the 2 suspects. Some pretty intense video shows how a 21-year-old man took revenge on an ex to a whole new level. This is what's left of a home he allegedly torched down, killing 2 dogs and leaving 6 people hurt. Authorities say Harrison Jones drove 700 miles to burn down the house of the man who was having an online relationship with his ex in Pennsylvania. Several people had to jump from a 2nd-story window to try and escape that burning home. Jones was arrested and charged with attempted murder, among other charges. Some shocking surveillance video out of LA shows a businesswoman running in circles around her car, terrified, trying to get away from a man who shot and killed her in broad daylight. Joy Benedict has the surprising turn of events that has her husband now in jail.
The video is shocking as an armed man chases a woman around a car in broad daylight and murders her.
I'd like to first extend our condolences to the family and the many friends who were impacted by this senseless criminal act.
In a news conference, the San Bernardino police chief and county district attorney announced this was no random crime, it was murder for hire. The reason, a pending divorce.
Definitely a murder for hire case. There is evidence to show that the suspects did stalk our victim for several days and months prior to this murder.
All of this took place on January 10th in front of this restaurant in San Bernardino after police say this man, Sergio Reveles, the victim's husband, hired these other 4 men to kill her. Security video shows Yesenia Torres, also known as Jessica, walking out of the restaurant and getting in her car. A small SUV drives up. The passenger gets out and approaches her car armed. She jumps out. There's a struggle as she hits him with her purse, even grabs the gun. A Good Samaritan runs out to help, but then the gunman opens fire.
There was a total of 9 rounds shot at the victim.
Detectives described what happened next after they froze the video.
And chasing around the vehicle, firing multiple times at her. Unfortunately, she was struck, slowed her down, and the suspect again shot her an additional time with a fatal wound.
Police say the shooter is 31-year-old Gerardo Torres. Also arrested the man investigators say drove the car. The brother of the driver was an employee of this pallet company, which is owned by this man, who leases the property from the victim and her husband. Court documents state they all assisted in this crime.
Jessica was a businesswoman in our community. She was well known and well respected by many throughout the community.
Investigators say in the last month they've recovered hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash for the murder and other evidence to prove their theory. And they hope these arrests will bring a little peace to those wondering how this could have happened at all.
I pray that the efforts of our team, of our investigators, bring some small measure of closure to the family and all those impacted by this.
Well, new guidance on the definition of sex from the Department of Health and Human Services. It's one of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s first moves as HHS Secretary. The new terms define a male as someone who has a reproductive system with the biological function of producing sperm. It aligns with an executive order that President Trump signed back in January, asking for clear guidance on sex-based definitions. Critics say it ignores the concept of gender, which includes the behaviors and activities of people. We're not seeing anything like this in San Antonio. We certainly are feeling the below freezing temperatures, though. But that snow was coming down in the Dallas-Fort Worth area late Tuesday night all across Texas today. ERCOT says the electric supply is expected to be a little tight today, though nothing to call for an emergency. They're going to be monitoring the power plants through the rest of the week. Trending today, would you pay 20 bucks for a bag of Cheetos like this? What if it's hot Cheetos in hot demand now? Apparently, a new flavor has fans scrambling to find this bag. I'm talking about the new Flamin' Hot Dill Pickle Cheetos, probably the most sought after snack if you check social media now. Some bags are going for about $20 on eBay. Frito-Lay says they rolled it out nationwide, but with the viral reaction, it might take some time to see full stocks everywhere. All right, calling all superhero fans and thrill seekers, Six Flags Fiesta Texas is set to make history with its newest ride with favorite characters from the DC universe. Ken's 5, Sarah Duran, went along for the ride.
Well, if you're not familiar with the DC superhero Cyborg, he is part human, part machine, and now part of Six Flags Fiesta Texas as a ride.
The stunning, rotating attraction is one of 3 new rides inside Six Flags Fiesta Texas's DC universe, which is days away from making history as the largest DC-themed area at any amusement park in the U.S.
We're expecting people from all over the United States to come and find the superhero or supervillain that they have inside of them.
Guests can also hop on rides like Shazam, Tower of Eternity, and Metropolis Transit Authority, or enjoy familiar favorites such as the Green Lantern Emerald Flight.
So tell me about this ride.
Frigid temperatures kept us from riding today, but we did get an up-close look at Cyborg.
Basically, you load into this bucket seat.
Okay.
These straps go over you, but not to be confused, you do not go upside down on them.
All right, that's important.
That is an important thing to mention.
Making for a fun experience for fans of all ages. Before you go, check out the Daily Planet for superhero merch and Planet Krypton for superhero eats.
Now, if you want to check out this area, you're gonna have to wait until March 1st. That's when the Metropolis Transit and all of DC Universe opens to guests.
Sounds like my kind of ride. And that's Ken's 5 News Now on this Thursday. I'm Sarah Forgany. I'll see you tomorrow.